Hello, my friends at the Virtual Homeschool Co-op, and today is assignment number 2. All right, I know I mixed you up. A lot of you thought introductions was assignment number 2. I kind of just consider introductions a thing you do outside the assignments. Don't worry about it. It will be fine. If you want, go in there and just change your title. It will all work out. But this is the official assignment number 2. How do you deal with naysayers? I hope I even spelled nay correctly. The negative comments. The what makes you think that you're qualified to teach your kids? Well, does the state come in and check on you? How do you know what to teach? Listen, they're everywhere. They're almost everybody. Every possible person is going to be a naysayer. Even the ones that, quote unquote, really want this to work for you. You got a naysayer somewhere in your life. Don't you? All right. So naysayers I have personally had has been the doctor, has been the dentist, has been the stranger in the grocery store, has been family members, has been, you get my gist. So the things I want to talk about on this assignment is what have you heard and how have you dealt with it is what I really want to talk about. You know, I've had it where they've asked, what makes you think you're qualified to teach your kids? How do you know what to teach? What do you have to turn into the state? You know, there's always these questions of doubt. And I feel like, you know, we have to be really careful. And then we even have to be careful what we say. So here's the down gist of it. You don't have to justify your homeschool to anybody but who the state tells you to. Remember that. I even kind of getting concerned. We just had a visit to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician was like, so how's your homeschool year? Are they actually getting their work done? And I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure if she was asking it because she personally cared or because there's somewhere in her checkoff list that she has to now report it because we are signified as homeschoolers. You know what I mean? You know what? I'm not required to answer that. And my response was, we are doing great. We are fantastic. You don't worry about us. There's enough people to worry about. I've even had complete strangers who, why am I giving my child the edge on the world for homeschooling my kids when there's all these kids in the school system failing that need help? Okay, well then if you have time, go volunteer and go help out at the school. There's a big need there. As for me and my house, I'm going to take care of my kids. That's my job, right? You know, so how do you handle the naysayers? What have the naysayers said to you that is just like struck you like, what? What have you said back? How do you handle that? But most of all, remember, you don't have to justify yourself. You don't have to justify yourself to family. I'm not always sure why people feel the need to quiz my kids. You know, they seem like they need to take a vested interest in my homeschool children because I might not be doing it right. So that's the assignment. I'm really sometimes at a loss when I get these comments. And just most of all, just sharing how do we overcome it together. Unified front. Anybody ask? My kids are great. Yeah, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to wait till I get to the homeschool community to be like, Johnny is having a hard time with his S. Yeah, because if I say it's an S or their handwriting, oh, you know, you need to be doing this, this, and this. You need to, don't worry about handwriting. Everything's electronic now. You don't need to worry about handwriting. They don't do that in public school. You don't. It's just funny how people feel like they need to inject their opinion. The other aspect is one of the naysayers that you might get might not necessarily be your homeschool. It might be, hey, you homeschool mom, I would like your help here. You're not helping as much as you did last year. Oh, because homeschool mom says, oh, because we're a little bit consumed with our homeschooling. Well, maybe that's too much for you to do since you can't do the other stuff you like to do. This has been a funny one because I've talked to other homeschool moms about this. It's almost as if people want to decide what you can and cannot do in your house because they can't get what they want out of you. And sometimes homeschooling limits us. It is a full-time job as a homeschooler. And so we do kind of limit our things to do. There's also the naysayer that has the, I barely wanted to have my 2 children and stay at home with them. I had to go to work. I couldn't stand it. I don't know how you can be at home with 4 kids, 6 kids, 2 kids, 1 kid, and not go crazy. You probably shouldn't homeschool because I couldn't handle it. So you shouldn't do it either. Okay. Do you get my gist? The naysayers, man. The naysayers. So this is not, I hope I haven't confused you. They get my goat sometimes. I'm sure they get your goat. And it's just, what do they say? How do you handle it? And how, and realize it's not their business. I think family's the worst. My family was the worst for the first few years. And then they quickly realized all the benefits and they love it. Now they're like the biggest proponents for it. But if you're a first-year homeschool mom, homeschool on. You're going to be okay. Just realize and listen to everybody and what they have to say. Go to the site down here. It will be live the following Monday. It's not live yet. It'll be live on Monday. And just take a look. You're not the only one getting the naysayers. And yeah, it's family. It's doctors. It's the stranger. It's just people that just don't know how to mind their own business. And this is how we're handling it. And be encouraged. Don't give in to the wolf at the door trying to tell you what to do. We're accountable to the state and what our state requires. So, remember, when you do your video, to point them back to the post. I do have children. To put the link to the post for the virtual homeschool co-op. It is still in a lot of work. It is still in a lot of work, baby steps to get there, because it is something new I'm learning. But I'm already loving the traffic we're receiving. I mean, we already have 50 members in our first 2 weeks of virtual homeschool for the year. That's because of you guys. Don't forget to share the page so everybody can go see all the responses. And I'm loving our bloggers that are joining in this year. It has been great. So I will talk to you later. Homeschool on, my friends. Homeschool on.